Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be smoking a piece on Peace Street in Raleigh, North Carolina, which I am looking forward to doing much more so than not. But why? Why would I want to smoke a Peace cigarette on Peace Street? Well, why not? Why wouldn't you want to do that? The name Peace and Peace Street, they line up pretty well, and so as such, isn't it a pretty cool thing to do, to smoke a piece on Peace Street? Well, I think it's a pretty cool thing to do, and so as such, that's exactly what I'm doing today. And I certainly am very excited to smoke a Peace cigarette on Peace Street for the first time during this video. To say the least, I am very excited to do this today. But I am not currently at Peace Street. I am not currently on Peace Street. I am a couple blocks away in a neighborhood next to a historic park. And so as such, I should go ahead and drive over to Peace Street and find myself some parking, I do suppose, now shouldn't I? And so as such, without further ado, let's go ahead and get my seatbelt on just like that. Let's go ahead and grab my keys from my passenger seat. Let's go and get my car all on, and let's go and drive over to Peace Street. Just gotta let my glow plugs go just for a second. But now that my glow plugs are all good, let's go and get my car all on. Just like that. And which way do I want to go? Do I want to go that way or that way? I'm thinking it's going to be easier to turn out that way, so I'm going to go that way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and drive over to Peace Street, and then let's go ahead and smoke a piece on Peace Street. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Go and head over there. Just go this way real quick. Just like that. Easy peasy. And there's a stop sign right here. But I mean, like, I think I'm all good to just blow right through it. There you go. I can go and turn. But the reason why there is a Peace Street in my local area isn't because the street was named after the cigarette brand Peace. As much as I would like that to be fact, that sadly that is not fact. The name Peace Street, or the Peace Street, the street that's called Peace, it wasn't named after the cigarette brand Peace from Japan. Instead, it was named after a university called William Peace. And we're about to be passing by William Peace University just right now. It's like a smaller university than not, but it's called William Peace, and we have this university to thank for Peace Street. I missed myself some parking spots because I didn't realize I could actually park there. I'm going to take a right onto Peace Street. Could park there, but I'm going to have to parallel park with people behind me. I don't feel like dealing with that, I'll be frank with y'all. It says no turn on red. I'd be turning on red if there wasn't a car in front of me. Just kidding. Actually, this light, it's horrible. I would not turn on red on this light. It's a blind corner. Hell no, I ain't doing that. Alrighty, let's see if I can find me a parking spot. Oh, and there's no street parking down here, of course. I always forget about that. So I gotta turn down the next road, and I think the next road has some street parking I should be able to park on, so I'm gonna turn onto the next road, go down that way. I think I should be able to get some street parking there. Hopefully parking can be found. We'll find out. Might have to walk a little bit further than I initially planned, but that's alright. Alrighty, so no parking anytime. Can I fit behind that car? Alrighty, y'all. We got him. Got a parking spot. Free parking, free 2-hour parking, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are all good. We are chilling right here, y'all. Put in park. Put the parking brake on. And now, roll up my windows. Turn off my car. And let's go ahead and put my keys in my back pocket real quick. Grab my pack of Peace light cigarettes that I got with me today. Go and put those in my pocket as well. Go and grab my phone and my wallet. And then, I don't think I'm gonna grab my backpack. I think I'm just gonna grab my water bottle and my tripod. So I'm gonna go and grab the camera real quick, right just like that. And now that I have done that, let's go ahead and grab my water bottle. Let's go ahead and get out of my car and see if I can walk over to Peace Street so I can actually smoke a cigarette. So I can actually smoke a Peace cigarette on Peace Street next to William Peace University. Yeah, let's get to it, y'all. Let's go and get out. Just gotta lock up my car real quick. Hopefully nobody decides to hit me. We will find out if I get hit or not. when I get hit, or not. I'd have to say, you know, my parking was okay. It wasn't like the greatest parking in the world, but you know, not too bad by any means. Looking good if I do say so myself. And let's go ahead and start walking towards Peace Street so I can, well, smoke a piece on Peace Street. That's the plan. So from what I know, right next to me, that's William Peace University. So it'd already be pretty cool to smoke a piece here because I'm right next to William Peace University, but not on Peace Street quite yet. We gotta walk all the way down there to the light, and then we will be on Peace Street. Alrighty, y'all, we are now approaching Peace Street. We are now at, right in front of William Peace University. We are now at Peace Street. So now that I am right next to William Peace University, and now that I am right next to Peace Street, as we can see right there, I do think it is now time for me to go ahead and get a Peace cigarette, all lit up, on Peace Street, next to William Peace University. You can't beat it. The names, they're all exact. Smoking a piece on Peace Street at Peace University. Can't beat it, you know what I'm saying? Can't beat it. Without further ado, though, let's go and get my pack all opened up. Let's go ahead and get one of my Peace Light cigarettes from Japan all out of the pack. And now, let's go and get my lighter out of my pocket, if I possibly can. And now that I've got my lighter out of my pocket, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this cigarette right here all lit up. And let's go ahead and actually smoke a piece next to Peace Street. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Oh, there's a Cybertruck. That's a Cybertruck right over there. I've only seen like 2 Cybertrucks, but there's another one. Well, let's go ahead, start walking down Peace Street just a little bit. Well, what can I say, y'all? Right now, I am smoking a piece on Peace Street. Having a good time, to say the least. Man, oh man. Certainly, no complaints on my behalf. Smoking a piece on Peace Street, next to William Peace University. Oh, good times, good times. Now, question is it really a good spot to smoke a piece? To smoke a cigarette in general? Is smoking a cigarette on Peace Street, next to William Peace University, really a good thing to do? That's the question at hand right now. And you know, I'm gonna have to say, and I just realized, the bottom of my hand got really itchy really fast, and I got bitten by some sort of bug. I assume a mosquito. That is what it is. But that completely distracted me. But is smoking a piece on Peace Street a good time? Well, so far I'm having a good time. Now, I haven't finished off my cigarette yet, so I can't say anything for certain. But I'd have to say, right now, I do think that smoking a piece on Peace Street is a better move than not, especially since right now I'm right next to William Peace University. So certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. Let's go and keep walking just a little bit more, though. There's a little bit of church right there. And I guess its bells are now going off because it is, well, exactly 5 o'clock. So that does make sense. Says, welcome to William Peace University right there. It doesn't have any signs saying no smoking. So, you know, maybe I'll have to walk into William Peace University just a little bit and smoke a cigarette in William Peace University as well. And also, I kind of want to wander into the road so I can actually say that I've smoked a cigarette on... I'm gonna wait, but Or I could cross the crosswalk and then well, no, wait, that's the, So I was thinking, I'm gonna put my phone down, or not my phone down, my camera down just real quick. But I was thinking, like, right now, I'm smoking a cigarette on the sidewalk next to Peace Street. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm not actually on the property of Peace University right now, I don't think. I'm on the sidewalk next to Peace Street. So one, I'm thinking I want to smoke a cigarette in Peace Street, which means I need to wait for a car, or I could just cross the road and while I'm smoking a cigarette while I'm crossing the road, that would count, so I might just do that. Okay, all right. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wander back down that way just for a minute after I'm done with this cigarette. I'm gonna take a puff or two on William Peace University's property, and then after that, I'm gonna walk up to crosswalk up there. I'm gonna cross the road, so then I've smoked a cigarette actually in Peace Street, actually in the street itself. Yeah, but smoking this cigarette, smoking a Peace cigarette on the sidewalk next to Peace Street, I mean, like, it's been a pretty good time kind of thing, I ain't gonna lie. Alright there, y'all. That's pretty much all I had to my first smoke. One thing that is not the greatest about this street, I will acknowledge, there's no trash cans. There's no trash cans like at all, I'll admit. So, I do have to put my cigarette butt just in my breast pocket, just like that. Don't want to be littering, so just gonna put my cigarette butt in my breast pocket and just throw it away once I get back to my car. So no trash cans, so this street definitely not designed for smoking, I will acknowledge. But, you know, still not bad to smoke on, especially if you're smoking a Peace on Peace Street. But without further ado, let's go and get my pack of Peace Light cigarettes from Japan all opened up once again. Let's go and grab another one of these all out. And now, let's go ahead, put my pack in just like that. Let's go and grab my Zippo lighter out of my pocket once again, and let's go and get back to smoking. And then after that, I'm gonna walk over, have a puff or two on the property of William Peace University right next to Peace Street, and then I'm gonna cross the street while smoking a cigarette and actually smoke a cigarette in Peace Street. That's the plan. So let's go and get my cigarette all lit up. Yes sir, you know what I'm saying. Alright there, y'all. I am now on William Peace University's property, and so as such, I think I can say now that I've smoked a piece at William Peace University, which is a pretty good time. So now I think it's time for me to walk up the street, cross the road, and smoke a cigarette in a crosswalk in the street on Peace Street. I think that's the plan now. So, just had to take one more puff, smoking a cigarette on William Peace University's property. And now let's just walk up and then cross the road and hopefully not get hit while crossing the crosswalk. We'll find out if that happens. Hopefully it doesn't. Could probably cross the road right now. There we go. I took a puff of a cigarette. I smoked a little bit of a cigarette. Not only while jaywalking across Peace Street. And for any police watching this video, that was CGI. I did not actually jaywalk. That was CGI. But I also, CGI, stood in the street and took a puff as well. And now I'm smoking a Peace cigarette on the other side of Peace Street as well. Certainly, no complaints on my behalf, y'all. And I will admit, this is a pretty decent spot to smoke a Peace cigarette, smoke a cigarette in general, in all honesty. Especially since there's this very interesting building over here. It's a government building, I can't remember what it's for, but it's got very brutalist architecture. which is very interesting. And it's a very interesting building to look at because it's very different than the buildings surrounding everything else around here. I don't mind brutalist architecture one bit. But smoke just a little bit more, have a little bit more of a stogie, and I think after I'm done with this cigarette, probably gonna end the video right there because I have smoked a cigarette on Peace Street. Now, I've smoked a cigarette on the property of Peace University. I've smoked a Peace cigarette at Peace University. Smoked a cigarette on Peace Street, both sides, and while crossing, and while standing in the middle of the road. You know, I've had a good time. I have had a good time. Certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. They've only got a hit or two left on my cigarette, so I'm just gonna smoke the rest of it right here. I'm gonna go and give you guys my final thoughts on how smoking a Peace cigarette on Peace Street actually is. And then after that, well, I'm gonna go and end the video right there, I do think. Because I have accomplished the goal of this video today. Well, I think that's all I had to my second Peace cigarette, to my third cigarette of the day. Let's go ahead and just stub that out on the ground. And let's go ahead and just put the cigarette butt in my breast pocket. Can't be littering or nothing like that, of course. So, what are my final thoughts on smoking a Peace on Peace Street? Well, it is a bit noisy. It's a bit of a noisy spot, I will acknowledge. But, you know, it's always fun to smoke cigarettes that have a similar name to where you're smoking. It's always a lot of fun, frankly put. Smoking a Marlboro in Marlboro, smoking a Newport in Newport, both of those are things that I really want to do. And smoking a Peace on Peace Street, smoking a cigarette at Peace University, which is next to Peace Street, smoking a Peace on Peace Street, smoking a Peace while jaywalking across Peace Street, smoking a Peace at Peace University, you know, it's been a pretty good time. There's no trash cans. You can definitely tell the street is not designed for smoking cigarettes on really to any real degree. But, you know, this has still been a much more fun time than not. And I've had a good time smoking a Peace on Peace Street today. Overall, would I smoke a Peace on Peace Street again? You know, I think I would, but it's probably not something I would go out of my way to do in specific. But it's definitely something I wouldn't mind doing again, to say the least. Yeah, smoking a Peace on Peace Street, it's been a good time in all honesty. Well, I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I smoked a Peace on Peace Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you guys haven't enjoyed watching this video today, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. Box, and my second channel, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. To the next one, y'all, stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?